So I don't dwell on Islam or Mormonism because my concern in the book is to deal with the direction in general, in writ large, of Western civilization. Right, Western civilization is not being taken over by Mormonism. It's not being taken over by Islam. It's being taken over by a kind of materialism. Yeah. That leads, I argue, is going to lead us back into paganism. It will be a paganism that takes new forms. It will take transhumanist forms. It will take, transgender ideology is just a subset of a larger transhumanist ideology. It will take the forms of an increasingly aggressive state that mandates a kind of pagan ethos over and against Christianity, which we're beginning to see take shape now in new ways that were impossible to imagine just a few decades ago. And so that's my concern. My concern is not with these other things are not what the future of America.
The reason I bring it up
be.
is to see if I could make the point that I think you want to make, namely that there's no neutral spaces. So we have this idea that I could be Christian, or I can be pagan, or I can be some kind of atheistic humanist. And what it sounds like you're saying is there's really only two options here.
That's right. And in terms of the justification for any polity, I think the idea that we can have this secular, libertarian, sort of agnostic utopia is totally wrong. Yeah. It's totally wrong. And the only reason that we think that is because we happen to live in this very unique time in history. The last century or two has been a period unlike most of human history, where we had space to kind of indulge in this luxury belief that you could have sort of this live and let live ethos, that the basis of the polity could be nothing more than what I want to do and what you want to do. And if we just both agree to leave each other alone, you can believe whatever you want to believe and I'll believe whatever I want to believe. I think that's impossible. And it's only possible. It's impossible in the long run, as we're seeing, where it's unraveling now before our eyes. It is only possible, and was only possible, in an extremely homogenous society that is specifically Christian, which is the kind of society we had in the early 18th century and during the American founding. So America was founded with a certain kind of people, almost unique in human history, that were able to extrapolate these Christian doctrines into a political philosophy that allowed them to create a constitution and a Bill of Rights and introduce this form of government into an extremely homogenous society, and it worked for a while. But it only works, and I opened the book saying this, it only works in a Christian society. The idea of American society, our form of government, our rights and freedoms, the idea of Republican self-government, it only works with a majority Christian society, and with a supermajority Christian society where public life, civic life is informed and shaped by Christian morality, Christian moral virtues, and the active practice of Christianity. If that breaks down, this live and let live sort of liberal society is not possible, because the basis of political life is ultimately religious. It's not secular. The idea of a secular basis for political life is an illusion.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.